Let's talk about how to navigate your business in the first trimester from someone who just finished their first trimester in their first pregnancy. If you're new here, hi, my name's Simpson, and I'm helping you maximize your time and talents as a growing small business owner, so make sure to subscribe for new videos every week. So this video won't be out for another couple weeks, but at the time of filming this, I'm about 14 weeks along, so I am just finally getting out of that first trimester stretch and entering the second. Full disclaimer, this is the first time I've ever been pregnant. This is the first time I've ever had to go through all of this stuff, and I do not have other children, so it's coming from the lens of somebody who is going into this new chapter of life. First things first, giving yourself grace is so hugely important. This is an experience unlike anything I've ever gone through before, and I am still navigating a full-time business, a team, hugely important wedding events for people, and there's still a lot of stress on the work side now mixed with all of this personal stuff going on. There have been a couple times that I was like, oh, I'm going to send this email today. Completely forgot. Didn't get sent till the next day. Not the hugest deal, so having grace, great. Baby brain is a very real thing I'm discovering, which basically means that you are going to forget stuff that you've remembered your entire life. You're going to forget stuff that is like habit to you and you do every single day. You're going to be talking in the middle of a sentence and then it's just going to stop and go. Yes, including in front of clients, which is embarrassing when they don't know that you're pregnant. So things like that, just like have a little grace with yourself. You might feel a little silly at times, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. Now, if you're planning to get pregnant in the next year or two, I would say definitely have a plan in place. So this was a planned pregnancy for my husband and I, and basically, I was trying to plan it so that I'm giving birth and/or on maternity leave right around when the slower season is happening in my business, which for me is about that like November to February time, and I'm due at the end of October. So although September and October are really busy months in wedding world, I do have a team that is really helping me out in those hectic months so that I am not straining myself physically too much towards the end. And then we just start to get into slow season where weddings kind of drop off, and other stuff kind of is quiet as a whole so that I'm on maternity leave and I don't feel like I'm missing too much, which is really nice. So in wedding world, you book weddings. I mean, it could be like 6 months to 2 years in advance for a company like ours. So in 2022, I was already booking 2023 as if I was going to be pregnant. And of course, you can't always plan. Things don't always go according to plan. But I wanted to be prepared in the event that I did get pregnant so that if I had any complications or I needed to kind of take it easy a little bit, I was not so in demand myself this year. So I really stretched myself thin last year. I worked as many weddings as I personally could. That was exhausting. So this year, I am on significantly less weddings. I also have backup artists so that in the case that something does happen on a wedding day that I am on, I have someone to take my place and things like that. So it was a very strategic planning process, just planning for the what ifs. Luckily, that has not come into play, and it has been a very healthy, average kind of pregnancy so far, and I'm hoping that it stays that way. My next tip is that balance is key. So for me, that looked like napping when needed and when possible. So obviously, every time you're tired is not going to line up perfectly with you don't have to work. But I did take advantage if there were pretty open days, or if there were days that I was going to the studio in the evening only, and the rest of the day was pretty light. If I needed to nap at like noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon for a couple hours, I was doing it, okay? Severe exhaustion is one of the symptoms that I definitely dealt with in the first trimester. Honestly, I'm still dealing with, and I'm hoping that goes away soon. Definitely took advantage of nap time when I needed to. And another tip is working in off hours if that's easier. So something that I found would help, especially on those days when I'm like napping the day away, but I still kind of had emails to get back to or just things to schedule or plan, I would work at like 7 or 8 at night. And of course, this is not unusual for a business owner as a whole, but I have in the past couple of years tried to maintain more of a work-life balance in the fact that I didn't want to get back to people too late, just because establishing boundaries in your business is also very important and healthy. But now that things are kind of shifting, that's shifting as well. And that's okay, because as a business owner, that's the greatness of it. That's the flexibility is what you want. So yeah, so basically if I'm napping when the sun is shining, but then I'm getting back to emails when the moon is out, okay, I still did what I had to do, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. So this is something that I am really interested in exploring more on this channel. So please let me know if you want to hear more about navigating your business through pregnancy and then through having an infant and a child and things like that, because I think that would be a really interesting take. I have never dealt with it before, so you would kind of be working in real time alongside me as I'm figuring it out and then kind of sharing with you what I figured out. So that is something I'm really interested in. So let me know. And like I said, this is from the lens of someone who does not have children already. I'm only pregnant with my first. So of course, some of these tips may not fully apply if you already have children and you're running after them all day while you're pregnant. More power to you. I can't even imagine how that is at this moment. So that's it for this video. I hope that was helpful for you. Thanks so much for coming along the journey with me, and I'll see you in my next one. One more tip I forgot. Always have water nearby. It's crazy how much you have to drink.